Well, realtors, we're here. We've all been talking about the commission's lawsuit for a while, and now it's actually happened. I hope none of you are surprised by this because we've been talking about it for a year. On my team, we've been hammering on it for about 6 months. And of course, the trial hit and it accelerated and it resolved itself a lot more quickly than we thought. In fact, how it resolved itself quickly was with a 2-hour jury verdict. And to me, that speaks volumes of where we are in the industry. So I want to address a couple things. This is going to be a longer video for realtors. Number one, my opinion is that NAR has been asleep at the wheel. And the reason they've been asleep is because they are an active, burning dumpster fire, consuming everything with oxygen nearby. That place is so mismanaged, so misrun, and it's a bunch of clowns. And let's face it, we didn't have the sharpest people there, and they're so busy taking care of their own legal liabilities from their mismanagement and juvenile antics that they don't have time to lobby for us or legislate for us or do smart policy decisions. They're busy taking care of their own, and it's disgusting. So number one, we should get rid of NAR, and we should all divest from NAR, in my opinion. Number two, the plaintiffs in this case paint this as a collusion case. I don't believe there was collusion. I just don't. I think our industry is not explaining the value of what we do and how we do it. And I could see the point that if it's not explained to sellers that they do not have to pay for a buyer's agent, that could be deemed as unfair. I get that part. What will ultimately happen, if you ask me, is that agents will have to better explain the value of their services and a buyer's agent services. And if people choose not to pay buyer agent cooperation, a lot of the MLSs will be able to adjust and put in fields showing who's paying broker admin for a buyer's agent and what that commission is. And that's going to do nothing but hurt buyers. Some of them can't afford to pay for a buyer's agent, especially with 8+% commission and rising house prices, which that's an understatement. We all know buying power is way down for buyers. They can't afford to pay agents. So I believe the ultimate effect of all of this will not be as dramatic as we are painting. We are just going to have to do a better job of explaining the value of paying a buyer's agent. I hope that's where it lands. It could get a lot more complicated from there. And my concern, of course, is that we're going to have opportunists, flat fee brokers, minimal, 0.5% brokers, people who are saying, you don't need to pay a buyer's agent. You don't need to pay a buyer's agent. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have people listing houses with no buyer agent payout, and those houses are going to sit, and it's going to further devalue us as realtors. So it's complicated, but that's where it sits. That's where it sits. I love talking about this stuff. I've been following this very closely for about a year. Obviously, I'll quite a bit over the last couple days. I'm in a ton of talk forums on it, and I think it's important that we educate ourselves and understand this. So get educated. But if you want to talk about it too, please call me, text me. It's going to be an interesting period in real estate for sure, especially for team leaders. You also need to show your value beyond leads now.